Hey peoples, welcome to another movie review of the movie Flavors of Youth. As always, I want to say thank you for listening, it really means a lot to me. So Flavors of Youth is an anime movie on Netflix. I personally watched the subtitled version instead of the dubbed version, but going into this, just so you know, this is not a full movie like I assumed when I first watched it. These are three separate stories grouped together into one movie. Now at the end of the movie there is a stinger or an extra scene after all the credits where all of the characters involved in each separate story shows up in an airport, and that's how they somewhat connect, but they don't really connect. But anyway, let's break all of these down. So the first story, which connects to the actual title of the movie, which is Flavors of Youth, is about a man who's recalling times when he was a younger boy where he ate these specific types of noodles. And each time he ate them was different. So in one portion of his life, he was eating the noodles with his grandmother, and they came from a specific shop, and they showed the story of the shop and the history behind it, which was very interesting, and the memories he created with his grandmother while eating the noodles. The second time he ate the noodles, he's in school, there's a different shop, they're made differently, and they taste differently, and it gives him a different mindset as he eats them. Also, the people who make the noodles are different, and they have their own family dynamic that they're dealing with. And while he's eating the noodles in that specific shop, there's a girl that rides her bike through the area who he has a crush on. So they dive into that love that he has for that girl. And the next time he eats noodles, he's much older. It seems to be like a fast food chain or just a regular restaurant. The noodles don't have as much love, and he recalls the different times in his life that these noodles have changed. He's eating the same type of noodles, they're just made differently by different people, and they have different backgrounds. And that was really engaging to me. I really love that concept because we all have things in our lives where we think back to maybe a song or food we ate with a specific person, and whenever we hear that song or taste that food or go to this specific place, we always have a memory that snaps into our minds that connect to our youth. And I really enjoyed that, and I really liked the backgrounds of each cook that they displayed in the story. So the second story is about a model, and she has a sister, and the model is dealing with model drama, as in trying to stay young and fit and in shape, but she struggles because she's older than the other models, and there's a young up-and-coming new model coming in trying to take her spot, and you get that drama, and there's not much else. She has some issues with her own family, which is specifically just her sister, and kind of neglecting her. But other than that, that's pretty much the whole story. The last story is about three friends. They are in high school, I believe, but it's two guys and one girl. One guy likes the girl and one girl likes the guy, so you have that love interest there. So they, of course, believe that they will be friends for forever. But the girl is smarter than both boys, and she's about to go to a more prestigious school. The guy that has a crush on her, he becomes distraught, and he's like, I'm going to work really hard so I can get into that school with her. But while doing that, he neglects his friends and becomes distant, so the person he's fighting to be with, he becomes more distant too. So those are the three stories. Overall, as you can hear by my description, the first one was the most interesting. I was kind of disturbed at the beginning of the first one because it felt like they were rushing certain things, and then as it ended, I was like, oh, these are different stories that the movie has given me and not one complete movie, which I did not know when I started the movie. And that was really disappointing because that had the most heart. The first one had the most characters. It felt more real, and you connected with more people in that story. The second one was the one I probably hated the most because it felt very shallow. Yes, it's about modeling, and so the world that they've created is a shallow world, but the main character isn't likable because they've created her this way, and it's understandable, but it was the least interesting story. And the last story is pretty good, but the main character, again, the guy that has the crush on the girl, is kind of a jerk at times when he gets older. I don't think he means to be, it's just the circumstances he's in. But I didn't care about the last two stories. I wish the movie would have just made one long movie, which I don't know if it had enough material to. I want to say the overall movie or three stories is maybe an hour and a half or less, and they could have just stretched out the first story to, I could see maybe 45 minutes to an hour and just have a short film. It would have been better than all three of these separate stories together. The first story is the best story, hands down, and it's the one I suggest you watch. As in the actual quality of the movie, it looks gorgeous. I will always love this type of animation. I'm not a hater of the CGI Disney or who else makes animation? Sony, all those type of animations. No, they're fine. They all have their place. I just wish we had different variations of animation. Leica Films can't be the only American film out there making some different type of animation with their stop motion, which looks amazing, but we need more different classifications of animations in the world so everything doesn't look the exact same way. I shouldn't be able to cherry pick characters from different movies and they all look like they could fit in the same movie. So I do like this type of animation. I believe this is just 2D hand-drawn animation, which they still do a lot of overseas, and it looks gorgeous. But that's pretty much all I have to say. If you're gonna watch this, just watch the first story. That's what I suggest. But that's all. Thank you as always for listening. I really appreciate it. Please do me a big favor, share, like, subscribe, retweet, thumbs up, heart, all those things, please. It really helps. I really appreciate it. It lets me know that I'm not speaking into a mic to no one. And thank you. I hope you have a great day. God bless. I'll talk to you on Monday.